you probably clicked this video because just like me, the account that you are going to work for is also a telecommunications account. You may say hi in the comment section down below just so I know that you're also working in a telco account. And with that, I'll go ahead and share with you 5 major benefits on working in a telco account, and I'll go ahead and share this with you based off of my personal experience working in a call center company in a telco account for over 2 years now. And I would consider for this video to be your source of motivation in case you are feeling down already because of the account that we're in. But yes, let's go ahead and dive into the very first benefit, and that is you'll receive monthly incentives, daily or weekly hypes, as long as you always hit your goals. So allow me to explain why is that so. So I believe that in other accounts also, such as like retail or what do you call this, healthcare account, they do have incentives as well. But I believe telecommunications account, especially for working in sales department, you get to receive more or higher incentives as compared to the rest of the other accounts out there. So yes, you may be asking, what are the typical goals that you have to hit in order for you to get that monthly incentives? So of course, if you are getting incentives, you'll be motivated to do better and achieve more for you to get that extra bonus in your salary, right? On top of your basic pay. Now, to answer your question, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the goals or the common goals for you to hit that incentive. So these are just some of those. If you want me to dive more into this part, I can possibly create a separate video discussing how these goals work or what are the exact goals that you have to work on. But the very first thing is a passing average handling time. So it depends in the account that you'll be handling, but typically telco account does have a typical handling time. So in our case, it actually increased already. From before it was like 510 to now 700, or that's about 10 to 12 minutes. So number 2 is adequate number of sales or upgrades if applicable. So if you are in sales account, or if your department has that part wherein you can upsell, then you should have adequate number of sales. For example, the target for this month is 9.5% of your total calls. You must have sales. So about, let's say for example, you have a total of 300 calls, you need to have at least 40 to 50 upgrades or sales at that particular cause. And then passing survey count, normally it should be a positive double digit number. In our case, we have to maintain at least 20% of our survey count. Survey count, by the way, is about detractors and promoters, so you should have more promoters than detractors. Number 4 is passing transfer rate. So of course, the passing transfer rate that we have is at least 20% and below. And then no absences or tardiness, because if you're able to hit all of those 4 that I've mentioned above, yet you have 2 absences, you have multiple tardiness, you may end up not getting the incentive. Number 6, no escalations as well. So especially if the escalation that you have is for removal or for termination, or those that are under final written warning, in our case, we will not be able to receive our incentive for that one. So we have to avoid escalation as well. Alright, so number 2 benefit is you get to learn one of the most valuable skill that you must have in life, which is selling. So I believe that in a telco account that I'm working for at the moment, even if we're not in sales department, even for example in billing, technical, or retention, there is still a part wherein we have to sell. And for me, this is actually one of the most valuable skill that you have to learn in life, especially if you're aiming for something better, especially if you're a type of person who wants more in life. So yeah, as you would know, all of the people who are rich has business, and of course their business either caters a service or sells a product. So this for me is a valuable skill that you can apply in your own life, right? Now, you may wonder what are the common benefits of selling. So, in this particular account in particular, so this is like a free training background for you to be successful in your own phase if you're a budding businessman or woman in the future. So remember, especially if you're in a sales department, you will be given, techniques by that particular company on how you can close a sale, how you can pitch for a possible sale, and things like that. And if you will apply it to your personal growth outside the company, then this is something that can really change not just your life, but also your family's life, and among others. And then you get additional incentives for sure. So if you get to target the sales quota, for example, required to close in that particular month, then of course you get more and more incentives. All right. Now, the number 3 benefit that I have for you is this. If you're working in technical department, you'll have an idea on how to fix your own Wi-Fi or do basic troubleshooting. If you're in billing department, you'll learn why every single dollar or peso counts. If you're in sales department, you'll learn techniques on how to attract new customers, among others. So this is just something that you can learn out of working from this particular account. Remember, you're being trained on how to fix things, right? It may not be applicable to you in particular because the company that you're working for is quite different from your provider in this country, Philippines, but at least you have an idea that I can unplug and replug my modem. If it's not working, and it may work, right? And that can sometimes happen. That's like a basic troubleshooting that you can do. With billing department, you'll get to learn to talk, and you get to talk to multiple peoples with different money issues. And if you have this kind of mindset that, okay, this person is struggling because of this and that, you get to learn more and you get to understand life better in that kind of perspective. And you may want to not do what are the things that they've done in the past, things like that, right? So if you're in sales department, you'll learn techniques on how to attract new customers, among others, which is something that you can do as well for yourself if you're about to open up a business by yourself, right? And then, benefit number 4, comment down below if you're still with me. I hope this is not boring for you because I feel like I'm super excited to talk about this. So you'll master the art of patience, understanding, doing an extra mile, innovation, and many more. So patience is number 1 because you have to talk to multiple different people with different background, educational background, age, demographics, and things like that. So I believe that patience is indeed a virtue that you will learn out of working in this particular account. And understanding, especially if you are working in the billing department, you need to really understand the situation, show empathy, acknowledgement, and things like that. Do an extra mile, of course. This is something that you can do as a human being because we feel like we are being heard and well taken care of if someone is doing an extra mile for you. And then innovation, of course, this is a telecommunications company. This is a tech account, and there are customers who aren't satisfied with the current level of service that you're providing. So you might want to think of it really is necessary for you to do an upgrade to keep up with with the technology industry and things like that. And lastly, benefit number 5 is you'll learn the ins and out of the business. So you'll know how businesses like this operate. So if you don't plan on working as a call center agent for the rest of your life, then having an idea about how huge businesses like telecommunications company operate will give you an idea how to run your own. So yeah, that is, guys, everything that I can share with you. If you have comments, feel free to put that down below. I'll go ahead and create a video about the cons of working in this particular account. Make sure to stay tuned and watch that video as well. See you there. Bye bye.